Greetings to all my SEO friends and family. Ralph here. Welcome to my channel. It is called Graph. If you're a first time visitor, make sure you hit the subscribe button and then hit the bell button so you can be notified whenever I upload new videos. Now, with that being said, in this video, I'm going to show you or give you advice on what you should name your rank and rent website. If you're doing local SEO, what you should name your Google My Business listing. It's very important. I actually have some information here I want to share with you that I don't see any other guru talking about, and it's very important. So I'm going to flip my screen around and show you exactly what you should be doing. All right, I've turned my screen around, and as you can see, we are here on this Word doc. I'm just going to go over everything. Guys, this video shouldn't take long at all. So basically it says here, what should I name my rank and rent website or my Google My Business listing, which we all call it GMB. So basically, this is what I do whenever I'm creating a new business listing or just creating a rank and rent website. I always recommend you put your target keyword in your name, in your business name. So whatever your target keyword is, you should have that in your business name. Now, why should you do this? Does this help with rankings? Yes and no. It helps with rankings in the sense that it lets Google know. Google doesn't have to guess what you do. You know, what the purpose of this website or business listing is. They don't have to search too much, right? If it's right there in your target keyword, you just want to make it as easy as possible is the point that I'm making. So I give an example here. Let's say, for example, the main target keyword was Orlando plumbing service. All right, so here's what I would name my business, my Google My Business listing or my rank and rent website. I would call it Joe's Orlando plumbing service, right? The reason for that is because the main target keyword is here, and we have just, a word, just a name I put in front of it, Joe's Orlando plumbing service. I would probably stay away from names though. I would probably just make something up like TDR Orlando plumbing service. What does TDR stand for? I don't know, but I would just do something like that, or I would name it honest. I would call it Honest Orlando Plumbing Service, something like that, right? I would always keep, like I said, the main target keyword as the phrase. I would always put that in the business name, and I would just add another word or two in there to give it more of a brand feeling, because what you're actually building, if you're doing the rank and rent method, stop just thinking about ranking and renting a website, but think about you're building a brand for this website. You're building a brand for your Google My Business listing. Now, I do not recommend only having the keyword phrase as the business name, only because it just looks too spammy. Now, that's a personal thing. Again, the reason, like I said earlier, you're trying to build a brand here. So building a brand, you need, a unique name. You need a unique name. Just having Orlando Plumbing Service as a brand name just doesn't sound like a real company. So that's why I don't recommend it. Does it hurt with your rankings in Google? Absolutely not. Does it hurt your SEO? Absolutely not. It will be a benefit to your SEO, even if you only just had the name. However, you just couldn't build a brand around it. So that's why I don't recommend it. Now, this is the very important part. All that stuff I said earlier, do this, right? And it's simple. It's easy. You can see it doesn't take long to do that at all. But this is the very important part. Make sure you check Google to make sure no one else has that name or a name close to it. Because you can receive a cease and desist letter in the mail, or a nasty email telling you to take down your listing, or even a phone call. I've gotten all three of them, right? Nobody ever told me about this part. I've received a cease and desist letter in the mail, and I've also gotten a phone call and an email from an individual saying, hey, that's my company's name. So I had to actually change it, right? So you gotta do this part here, okay? So let's say the name we came up with Joe's Orlando Plumbing Service. So I type what you're going to do to check. Obviously, just check Google, right? Check Google. That's the first thing you're going to do. So what I'm going to do is I put Joe's Orlando Plumbing Service in quotation marks, right? And I hit enter. And then we just scroll down and see what we have. If there's any other name, it says no results found for Joe's Orlando Plumbing Service. But that's good, right? But I see a Joe's Plumbing. I'm not going to do Joe's Plumbing and Custom Home Repair. I'm not going to do anything similar to it. Joe's Plumbing Service. If it has the word Joe and Plumbing or Orlando Plumbing, anything like that, I'm just not going to take the risk. I will then go back and change the name again. I will go up here and put in another. I would take out Joe, and like I said, I will put in TDR or P37 or Orlando Plumbing Service. What does P37 mean? I have no idea, but I would just put something else in there so that way I stay out of trouble. Next thing you're going to do is definitely take it out of quotation marks, right? Just use the word, just take it out of quotation marks here. Well, actually, you can leave it in quotation marks, but for this example, we'll take it out of quotation marks, hit enter. So now, the next thing we're going to check, well, that's not what I meant to do. Sorry. You're going to remove the name and just use the keyword phrase, Orlando Plumbing Service. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through Plumbing Service, and we're going to click on the Google My Business listing, and we're just going to go through and make sure there's nobody that has the name Joe. So the way I do this to make it simple and easy for myself is I just hit Control F on my screen, and then I type in the word Joe. I would type in the word Joe, and it says 0 of 0 coming up. So this is the other way. And then what you're going to do is you're going to click on page 2, and you're going to do the same thing. Control F, and you will type in Joe again, and we see 0 of 0. And then you would obviously go through this and do this until you've maxed out all of the list, all of the pages. Again, guys, you want to do this because you don't want to get that letter in the mail. Trust me. All right, it's a nasty letter. Nobody wants to receive. And it kind of freak you out a little bit too, because you think somebody might try to sue you. The next step you want to do is whoever businesses register in your state, whatever website they go to register in the state that you live in, check that state's address. Okay, guys, I'm telling you this is important because you don't want to get sued. Go and check the state's address. I think I put that on here. Yep, check your state to make sure no one else has that name. So for us, I'm in the state of Florida. All businesses in the state of Florida have to go to a website called sunbiz.org in order to register their business. So, like I said, you're going to go to whatever your state is, and then you're going to do a search. Like in our state, you could do not start a business, but you could search records, and I can come here, search records, and I could search by name, officer name. I can search by any of this stuff, right? Fictitious. I think it's fictitious. You want to search by fictitious name. So I would click here, and then I would go through and I would search Joe's Orlando Plumbing Service, right? And I would go through and make sure that that name is not taken. Why? Because I don't want to get sued. So this is what you would do, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you would actually make sure you have a company name for your rank and rent website that will not get you sued. Now, as a side note, once your brand becomes successful, you will want to actually register it with the state, county, and or city that you live in. However, I don't know what state you're in, but once your brand becomes successful, you actually find a company that you've been working with that rents it out from you on a consistent basis, and you've made some money from it. Take a portion of your money, reinvest it into your business, and get register that company's fictitious name in your state, city, county, whatever the rules are. Because like I said, I don't want to go through all of that because I don't know what the rules are for where you live. But that's what you need to do, guys. All right. And with that being said, that is the end of this video. Hope you gained something from that. Make sure you hit the subscribe and the like button, and I will see you in my next video.